down to see him.
All set? This is the Common Council meeting to be held Tuesday, October 15th, 2024 at 7 p.m. The meeting is called to order. Would you please call the roll?
Alderperson Juzwicki.
Present.
Alderperson Kastner.
Present.
Alderperson Akers.
Present.
Alderperson Sarian.
Present.
Alderperson Bailey.
Present.
Under item B, opening prayer, Pastor Rogers had to leave for something before the meeting started. He was here ready to give us the prayer. In place of that, maybe you can just have a moment of silence or appreciation for the folks that are going through the hurricane down in Florida, North Carolina, and the rest of the Southeast. Today I talked to last week I talked to somebody who's working on the Turf Skateboard Park. One of the folks that's building the park was actually from Asheville, North Carolina, when it happened. He'd been getting calls. Apparently the cell towers are down, and I don't know how they're doing it, but the calls have been intermittent. He was extremely worried about his family back there, who he hadn't been able to get in contact with. Others did manage to contact him, I don't know, wherever there was cell service. And the sheer amount of devastation, and don't forget they're in a valley in the mountains, was just unbelievable. It was unprecedented and unheard of for those folks. And there have been dozens, if not hundreds, of people that have lost their lives. Maybe just a little bit of moment of silence. Okay, thank you. There's another comforting thing. That was the first moment of silence that I've had in weeks. So let's I'll stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we get to the Common Council minutes, I know there are some people here that are for public hearings. Those are the colored sheets that are up in front there. If you're here for a past item that's being reconsidered, namely a restaurant on Forest Home, that would be under citizen commentary, and we'd urge you to put your name down and your address, okay? Also, with regard to that, I did receive 3 emails from folks, and I'll go through that when we get to that item, just to make sure that everyone's aware of that. Item D, I'd entertain a motion to approve the October 1st, 2024 Common Council minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Alderperson Bailey. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Sarian. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Just quickly under Mayor's report, bring your plants in tonight. It's going to freeze. But under Mayor's report, just an update on the Turf Skateboard Park. 3 of the original bowls, for the most part, have been completed. The forest should be completed by this Friday. It's still an unsafe area to skate. There's rebar, and it's still an active construction site, so I urge everyone not to go there yet. But I think over 300 yards of concrete was poured last week in flat areas. That's probably on top of 300 or 400 yards that had been poured prior to that. I'm expecting great things in 2 to 3 weeks. As far as substantial completion, we're getting close to that. The parking areas, the pass, all the site work is still in progress. That'll happen, I think, after the park is closer to fruition. Do you agree, Mr. Katz?
I agree. It looks beautiful out there.
It's absolutely amazing. So, item F, aldermanic reports. Are there any this evening?
I just got one quick report. The tree plantings are done for the year. All the trees that we're trying to replace from the emerald ash borer. We lost 25% of our tree canopy in the city, and we're slowly replacing those. And then leaf pickup is starting.
Yeah, when it gets to leaf pickup, even though there's a schedule and you'll call DPW and they'll say something like, well, we're scheduled to stop on November 14th, that doesn't mean that we stop. We continue to pick up leaves actively as long as we possibly can. We urge patience, again, since those are the same vehicles that are responsible for snow plowing. Switching over from leaf collection to snow plowing is not an easy task, and it's not all done at once. We try to, right? So just remember, okay? Announcements, any announcements this evening? Alderperson Akers?
Just that there's some flu clinics coming up. There's one at West Milwaukee Community Center. That's on October, well, that's, never mind. That's done. We have one in West Dallas Senior Center on the 18th, 12 to 4. We have one at West Dallas Health Department, the 22nd from 9 to 12, and then here at City Hall, here in our health department, 1 to 4 p.m. on the
On what day is ours again?
24th.
Yeah.
And just to be clear, all three of those locations are one health department.
Yes.
Okay.
And so you can go to any of them. I think you just have to bring your health insurance card with you.
That's-
Also, do we want to announce, or you want to put under announcements that the road is really open?
Yeah, Loomis is open. Anybody notice? It's like nobody's noticed because I don't see any traffic over it, which is actually kind of amazing. But 894, I think, is open as much as it's going to be for the year. If you notice on the shoulders of the road, they actually have to lower, I think, all the storm sewers because apparently there was a problem that wasn't recognized until the pavers showed up. So it sounds like 894 will be completed in spring of next year. Hopefully, it'll be completely finished
Before they start the next part of 894,
before they start the next part of 894, right?
which will be from 84th to Lincoln, I believe. Is that right, Jeff?
I don't,
Is it
until,
from 84th to Lincoln, the next project on 894 next year?
Yeah, they're going to be paving that section next summer.
but they won't be rebuilding it like they had been with
No, it's
this.
just a mill and overlay.
Yeah,
Kind of like we were supposed to be,
A
huh?
little less than they did
yeah.
here.
I guess the other thing is with the sound barriers, we had the meeting. There are 3 of them that are going in, right?
Did we get the official vote back?
We haven't gotten anything back,
Okay.
so it's with great disappointment. I want to again thank Representative Donovan for securing what he thought was more than enough funding to complete all 7 or 8 sound barriers, but it turned out to be only enough for 3 sound barriers. This is something that the city's been looking for and towards getting for over 40 years.
It was pretty depressing after our last meeting with the OTA.
It's pretty depressing when you realize that one of the reasons that the sound barriers aren't going in is because auxiliary lanes were not improved and rehabbed and made on 894, and if they had been, it would have been considered a complete reconstruction. But as you look towards the shoulders of the road now, all of those areas are actually being dug up to put in the properly sized storm sewer, which would have probably allowed the installation of the storm sewers if they had done it right to begin with.
I mean, the stone barriers,
I'm just saying.
yeah.
All right. Citizen commentary, is there any this evening? There is some this evening. I got Michael Lisowski. Are you 5164 South 48th across from the church thing? So there's a public hearing for that, okay? Did you fill out the sheet for that? There's a sheet, one of those sheets there, the green
Colored
one or the other
sheets.
one. That's where you're going to want to speak, and you're going to want to fill that out, okay? Is that fair? It is at this meeting, but so when there's a public hearing and you're coming to speak on behalf of a public hearing, you actually have to register to speak. There are other folks here that were at a previous public hearing 2 meetings ago. They don't get to register to speak again, but they can register under citizen commentary because the item has been reconsidered and is being reconsidered this evening. And I think that's to reinforce what they said at the public hearing. Fair enough? Yep. So next person is Caitlin Carrara. Okay, 4528 West Midland. Did you want to go up to the microphone there and?
Restaurant. I've owned my home for 19 years, so I'm very much invested in our little pocket neighborhood and in keeping it quiet and safe for our kids. I just want to dispel the notion that there's like some kind of vendetta, like us versus him. It felt like very much like that at the last meeting, and it's just not like that at all for me. it's just not that personal. I literally just don't want a bar in my backyard. I wouldn't want it if it was my brother or my best friend or if it's Alex. I just don't want a bar in my backyard. It's about that special use permit or whatever it's called that's going to stick with that building indefinitely. Like that's just always going to be a bar now. So he could be the greatest bar operator and the next person couldn't, like it's going to be there forever. So it's a big decision for you guys to make. Yeah, so it would essentially ensure that I would always have a bar in my backyard, and that's what I'm not a fan of. Allowing this to become a bar will definitely change our neighborhood and bring with it a slew of issues. My husband, daughter, and I have been fans of Calibres. We've gone to eat there multiple times, got churros at their Cinco de Mayo festival. We've walked over to Boba like all summer. 13-year-old daughter's a big fan. So it's not about that. Like we're very much in support of him as a restaurant, but we just don't want a bar in our backyard. From eating there a few times, it seems like his intention has always been to make it a bar because there's like electronic gambling machines lining the walls. And that's just kind of a bummer when we saw that, like that seemed to be his intention. I would love for him to just lean into making it a great restaurant and being a great addition to our neighborhood.
Thank you. Next person is Jean Kurzinski, is that right?
The mic is on, though, right, for the podium?
The mic should be on, yeah. Turn it up.
Yeah, hello, my name is Jean Ann Krasinski, and I live at 4520 West Midland Drive. I'm opposed to Calibres Restaurant being allowed to extend their hours. I was in the restaurant business for 12 years, and if Mr. Hernandez thinks he needs to extend his hours to be profitable, I think that could be accomplished in a different way. Advertising, flyers, coupons, improving his service, ticket times. Many of the comments that I've heard about the service, that it was really slow. But I really didn't think he wants to be a restaurant. He wants to be a nightclub. He's already admitted to being a DJ, and he leased this location understanding that it had limitations on hours, liquor license, tavern license. He says to give him a chance. But if he thinks he can control a drunk crowd leaving at 2 a.m. to be quiet, I think he's crazy. Once this it makes me nervous. Once this increase is granted, there is no going back. There is no other way to increase profits and longer hours that are not needed. Other successful restaurants in the area all close by 11. He should be too. And I also have a neighbor couldn't be here tonight, Barb Schumann. She's at 4548 West Midland. She just wanted me to speak on her behalf and say that she doesn't think that is necessary either. And she has a list here. I don't know if I can hand out a handout, but she spent a lot of time going through all the restaurants in the Greenfield area, and nothing is open after 11 o'clock. Many close at 9, 10 o'clock, and they're successful restaurants. They don't need to be open until 2 a.m. to be profitable.
We already have.
You can,
One that
you
we've
can
done.
provide whatever she provided to Luke on the end over there. Thank you. Next person is, I got Peter here. Do you want Kurt to go first, or your constituent, or Peter Brigalis, 200 East Wells Street, the alderperson of Milwaukee?
Hi, good evening. Thank you, members. My name is Peter Brigalis. I'm the City of Milwaukee District 11 alderperson. So my district is north, south, east, and west of Calibres Restaurant. And although I'm new to this Common Council for the City of Milwaukee, I'm amazed that the number one complaint about a business that my office has received since April is for a business not in my district. It's for this restaurant. The City of Milwaukee has spent resources to expand hearing notices to Milwaukee residents by email and mail for the previous hearing. The city's also expanded or spent resources to address rodent problems on the restaurant's property adjacent to City of Milwaukee resources, or City of Milwaukee lots, which frankly the City of Milwaukee did not need to and probably should not have spent resources on. But this restaurant has rats on property, and the operator disregarded that health concern. This, from my experience and my knowledge, this operator has blatant disregard for your own ordinances. I'm told that a food truck was operating illegally in the parking lot all summer long, and it was recently moved to the street where it belongs. I think a good test of a responsible restaurant, or a responsible business for that matter, could be a one-time exception or special use. And there was a special use extended permit granted by the city earlier this summer, and that resulted in 4 or 5 complaints to my office. I don't know how many complaints you guys got, for noise and trash. This operator has demonstrated a disregard for Greenfield ordinances, disregard for its neighbors, and frankly for the health and safety of the community. Should this kind of an application be before me in our license committee, there is no absolute way that we would ever consider granting a extended use property right to this kind of an operator with this kind of a track record. I would ask that you also not grant an extended use permit to this operator. There are no other businesses nearby that operate that late. I don't know of any restaurants whose kitchen is open until 2 a.m. If their intent is to stay open late night like a Denny's, that hasn't been demonstrated to neighbors. I'm really surprised that this wasn't a slam dunk unanimous decision by the council before. I didn't hear all of the testimony, but I ask that you'll consider the operator's track record and their unusual request to open up a bar across the street now, which is also in front of you later on today. Thank you.
Thank you. Next person is Kurt Hart. While Kurt's coming to the stand, there were a couple emails that I received. I received one from Adam Rogan. I hope I pronounced that properly, at 3248 South 45th Street. As residents of the neighborhood, we do not approve of the Calabria's restaurant having extended hours. While we enjoy having them in our neighborhood as a restaurant, the location is not appropriate for a bar or tavern. The late hours will bring excessive noise, intoxication, and traffic to our residential area. Please consider the wishes of those that live in the neighborhood and do not approve the request to be open late night. Thank you for your consideration. I also received an email from April Everson, and I don't have her address, but I think she lives on Midland over there, right?
Yes.
We are against the extension of any hours for this restaurant. We are right across the alley and field. You're not April. No, okay. Somebody else. Okay. We are against the extension of any hours for this restaurant. We are right across the alley and feel later hours would create traffic and noise while we and our 3 children are trying to sleep. Currently, the noise from the generator that is constantly running is challenging enough. All summer sitting in our backyard. That is all we heard. In addition, since this restaurant has been there, we've had a significant increase in rats. We lived in the house since 1996, and even the Burger King being there for years and years, we didn't have the rat problem we do now. I further understand that the owner of this restaurant purchased a bar across the street. I would think that later hours for that establishment would make more sense than the restaurant. I love the fact that we have a local restaurant, and we have been in there several times for dinner, but having such late hours right across from a residential area is not acceptable. Kurt.
Yes. Hi, I'm Kurt Hart, 4454 West Midland Drive for 31 years. Thank you for having this meeting regarding Calabria's restaurant at 4555 West Forest Home. I, among others here tonight, are opposed to the extended hours until 2 a.m. at Calabria's restaurant. Things have changed since the first meeting in July of 22 and then in June of 23 as well as last month. I have pulled up 15 restaurants near or around Calabria's. 3 of those restaurants are open until midnight, while the rest are open until either 11, 10, or 9:30. Those 3 restaurants are Applebee's, the Brass Tap, and Melton Dip, and they are not in a residential area. Calabria's is. In the minutes from July 2022, Mayor Knightsky had recommended that Alejandro meet with the neighbors to get to know us and work with us. That has not happened. Meehan and the senior center owners met with us to get our approval of their business, even before they applied for their permits and licenses. We as neighbors are thankful that there is a business where Burger King was and supportive of Calibre's restaurant, just not the hours of operation. In those meetings in 22 and 23, that, be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Greenfield, Calibre's be required to, number 9, litter. Employees shall inspect the area and the immediate vicinity and pick up litter on a daily basis. That does not happen, as there is always trash throughout the hill. In fact, when the grass is cut, the people cutting the grass do not pick up the garbage, but instead mow over it and leave the remains on the hill. Number 11, pest control. Exterior pest control shall be maintained at all times, and past pest control problems shall be addressed immediately. And pest control problems shall be addressed immediately. Calibre's has been notified of the rat infestation, and we have not seen any progress except yesterday when there was a pest control truck there. Mary and Jalen stated in an email sent to us October 1st at 1:31 p.m., and they are part of the environmental area with the health department in Greenfield and West Allis. We also walked all around the property, and we did see the rat burrows on both commercial and residential sides. We are requiring Calibre's to work with the contractor to fill the holes along the fence area and have a professional rodent pest control company to set up more bait stations along the property. With as many rats that we have seen, I'm certain that there are many, many more that have not been seen. There was a pest control truck recently there, and we'll see what happens. There was also talk about having a drive-through put in the Burger King, or where the Burger King had. During the 22 meeting, it was turned down and would be revisited in the future. We have been to the meetings regarding Calibre's over the past years, and the drive-through was not brought up. However, there is a menu board in the rear of the restaurant and a drive-up window. The Calibre sign in the front of the restaurant and the side states full-service restaurant and bar, drive-through open. When was the drive-through brought to this committee, and when was it voted on? Mr. Stern added that there is a minor repainting over the former wall sign and removal of the drive-through equipment, which is included within the special use agreement. The applicant expressed that he may want to keep the drive-through and may apply later. Mayor Knightsky said that there are rules for having a drive-through, but at this point he cannot do the drive-through. Since the drive-through is active, there is no way we want the restaurant open until 2 a.m. This is exactly where the rat infestation is located. Why compound the situation with food being served around the drive-through, which was never brought to this committee and voted on? Now there have been food beverage trucks selling food and drinks in the parking lot. Officer Olson went this afternoon and found that there was not a special use permit on file and told the trucks to move to the street. Alejandro, when asked about the special permit, told Officer Olson that he was in the process of acquiring the permit. The trucks have been selling since May. How long does it take to get a special permit? I would like to know why we are even discussing the extended hours when Alejandro applied for a hard liquor and malt beverage license on September 30th for the new Calibre's Agave Cantina and Lounge located at 4500 West Forest Home right across the street from Calibre's restaurant, which can be open until 2 or 2:30, the cantina. With all that went on in the past 2 years and continues to go on without neighborly input or consultation as recommended by this committee, with and without permits, I, along with other neighbors, are opposed to the extended hours and at this time ask that this council oppose the extended hours for the Calibre's restaurant and help us to understand how a drive-through was permitted without a meeting. And may I remind this committee, back in 22, when you voted on the hours for Calibre's, you had voted for 7 a.m. until 11 p.m., and it was unanimous. In 2023, when it was brought up for the extended hours, the minutes state that it was unanimously denied for the extended hours. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. I think that's everybody that signed up for citizen commentary, and I think I have all the correspondence that I've received from email. I do have under itemize the public hearing, but what I'd like to do before that public hearing is move to item J, which is old business. The first, I have no new appointments for the Civil Service Commission. Item J2 and 3 relates to approving a resolution for special use review for the proposed hours of operation for Calibris, as well as a site plan review. This was previously voted against, 3-2, with me being the tie-breaking vote. The alderperson of the district wasn't here, was reconsidered at the last meeting, and it was properly agended for this meeting. So with regard to J2, the resolution for a special use review, does the council wish to take action?
Do we need to close the public hearing first?
There is no public
There
hearing.
is no public hearing.
Apologies.
That was-
I know it's taxonomy, my apologies. I would like to make a motion to deny the resolution of extended hours for Calibres Restaurant and Bar. Do I have a second?
I will second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to deny. Is there any further discussion? Would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Okay, when it gets to the approve the site plan review for the restaurant, which was consistent with the applicant for the special use review, there were a number of situations and instances and things that were brought up this evening that we will be investigating. There were also things that within the report previously under the special use review, those are required by the special use. That was part and parcel of the
Can I make a
original.
motion to approve that because it really is codifying what already was previously approved?
I don't, so the review itself is, if the approval is to codify what should be happening,
Yeah.
I don't have an objection to it. If the resolution is to say that he's done all of the things that are required by the special use review and that passes muster, not mustard, mustard goes on hot dogs, then I would recommend against that. It seems that under the special use review, all special uses have a continuing obligation to be abided by. Failing to abide by them, and there are certain legal rights that are attached to special uses that make them very difficult to just say, well, we're taking that away. Due process and all that stuff comes into play, right? And the fairness to be heard. But there are some requirements associated with the special use that was originally approved, which I think is what you're referring to,
I don't
that
wanna
need to be
say
abided by.
By not approving
So
it, that he doesn't have to do it.
reinforcing the terms and conditions of the special use kind of goes without saying. If you'd like a motion to reinforce that the original terms of the special use remain in effect, I think that's
I would like to do
fine.
that.
But the reality is that they do.
I don't want to go on the other side. We didn't approve it, so then by doing that, he doesn't have to do the improvements. I want to make sure it's being improved.
Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff that was brought to attention this evening is related to the drive-through and the specifics associated there with regard to some of the health concerns, pest control. I understand. So this isn't a hearing. This is just, all right. Those things need to be taken care of actively.
I would like to say something, though.
If you would like to sign up for citizen commentary, I will give you that opportunity. Just go to the microphone, say your name, and provide your address, and we can add your name to citizen commentary. This isn't a debate. This isn't necessarily, and this certainly isn't a public hearing. That has already happened. Okay, go ahead.
So my name is Alejandro Hernandez. I am one of the owners from Calibres. The others are my parents, but they're busy at the restaurant at the moment. Anyways, I think that I say this every time I come up here, but I want to keep it short. I could have hired an attorney. I could have hired, like someone to come help me, but I don't think that's necessary for something so small. I could have gathered up my people as well to help me try to approve this, but I don't want to bother them. They mentioned that I couldn't go up to them to talk to them, but they usually show that they don't even want to I don't want to say not communicate, but if I try to communicate with them, I don't think it would be kind of even useful, just because if I try to mention something to try to be nice to them, which I always will be, but what I'm trying to say is that if I try to have a positive conversation like, hey, look, can we work something out? Nope, nope, and there's going to be a no. Pest control is trying to take care of that, yes, yesterday. And apparently what I see, they know more about my restaurant than what I do, because I don't even know how I even know the conversations that I have with the people in Greenfield and with the police. That's kind of, I don't know if you guys thought about that, but he kind of knew somewhat of my conversation with the actual cop. And that should be private. I just want to be a good neighbor. I've been trying to do that ever since I got here. They were complaining because it was an everyday thing that I wanted to do. That's correct. But I tried to go with at least the weekend, because that will limit the weekdays. I think that would be fair. And again, I've said this before. In other words, they've gotten what they wanted, which is no hours, no extended hours. I think this time I deserve my extended hours, because I have been proving to you guys as well everything that you guys ask for. I have been trying to give it to the city and to you guys, as in like permits and all that stuff. Honestly, don't know what else to say to try to convince my neighbors to like understand my side of the story. I have to pay taxes of the place. My best hours are after 4 or 5. I can't keep cleaning up. I try my best, and my team tries the best to try and keep cleaning the side of the, their side of the alleyway. But if we keep building the ifs, and ifs, of course there are going to be a lot of ifs, but we're never going to finish. And again, it's just me here by myself, and nobody's with me. And I'm trying to do the best I can for my family, for the business that I'm trying to be here in Greenfield. Hopefully more businesses to come, Burger King, they were complaining about Burger King, but now I'm worse than Burger King. It's not fair. It's really not. But what caught my attention was the conversations that they brought up, supposedly with the cop and with Greenfield. I think those should be private. But I don't have much to say. Just hopefully I can maybe, you guys can take in consideration like what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep food. I'm not trying to like keep drunkies, if that's the main thing that they're keeping in their head. Just because I think maybe after 12, the name bar on there, yes, it's a bar, but I'm not trying to be a whole, like a whole actual bar in that area. It's food. Kids come here at 12 after games, after, soccer games, after, not 12, I'm sorry, 11. They come after 10 to 11, like after soccer games on the weekends. It's family. It's all family. But I'm doing whatever I can. Whatever they complain about, I tried my best to try and fix it. Every if we keep going, we're never going to be done. Yeah. But that's all.
Thank you. Returning to the item, we had a motion and a second. Just quickly under discussion, so what I heard, at least out of 4 to 6 concerns, was that these people live there right behind it. Many of them eat there. Many of them appreciate your restaurant, but they don't want a bar in their backyard. I think there's a lot of other things, and I understand perhaps your impatience or your defensiveness. The elder person of the district said some interesting things about your place. I'm not sure that all the neighbors agree completely with that, maybe to different extents, right? But I've always thought this, for going on 4 years now, I've always thought that this was a restaurant. It was approved as a restaurant. It has restaurant hours. Alderperson Akers compiled every restaurant in the city and what their hours are. I think there are only 3 restaurants.
I didn't.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say.
requested it.
Oh,
That was a lot of work by
she told me
somebody
that
else.
she did it, so
I
no.
never said that.
No, but
Fantastic
generally
job, thank you.
speaking, there are only a few restaurant bars, and most of the bars are clearly bars with a restaurant component to them, selling bar food. So that's all we're trying to do here, is to be consistent, right?
Yep.
I wouldn't take it as a personal affront. You're welcome to have the list. It's a public record. I think, as is police cam video and most conversations, unless it's done in,
Well, I think the code enforcer is a police officer, and that's a public record. It goes on to our click.
yeah, so See-Click-Fix is where you can post complaints, and Garrett Olson is our new code enforcer. So,
His comments go on there too, so.
I think that's what happened, but, so, I do get it. So the motion's been made and seconded. Is there any further discussion up here with regard to the underlying motion?
Didn't get the motion or the second for item 3.
This was for the,
I thought my motion was to codify the,
To codify the
By
special
land-
use as it originally existed?
yeah,
Okay.
and I don't know who
To
seconded it.
reaffirm the
Yep.
special use as originally, okay.
Yep, and I'll
Yeah.
second
That was the motion by Kastner, second by Andrew. Would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Going back to item I1, I apologize for taking this out of order. If the folks from the restaurant want to leave now, you can do that while I'm reading all this stuff off, or if you want to watch another public hearing, you can do that too. Item I1A, this is a public hearing on the ordinance to adopt a land use amendment to the 2020 City of Greenfield Comprehensive Plan for a portion of the property located at 5200 South 48th Street from community facilities to single family. This would be to approve the ordinance to adopt the land use amendment to that plan, as well as following that to approve an amendment to the official Greenfield zoning map by rezoning a portion of the property located at 5200 South 48th Street from institutional district to R2 single family.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So what we're looking at here is a kind of the final step in the process of what the church has been doing, which is the creation of 2 additional lots to the northern extent of their property. The CSM came before you a couple meetings back, which were approved. So what the church is looking at doing really is creating 2 residential lots for sale and development for single-family homes. What is before you today is taking the portion of the property that was zoned appropriately for a church and rezoning it so that they can sell the 2 parcels as single-family lots. But before we can rezone the lots, we have to change the comprehensive map, which is the long-range map. The long-range map identified the whole parcel as remaining as a church, not anticipating them breaking off of any portion of it. So as we discussed, the first step is to update the long-range plan. Currently, it is identified as community facilities, a church, and the amended map would show it as single-family. Part of the reason we're looking at single-family for the 2 new lots is because that is what the neighborhood is in that area. There is single-family surrounding it. The second thing that we're looking to do today is which residential district should it be rezoned to. Looking at the neighborhood, it's all R2 single family. Therefore, that is exactly what we're looking at, rezoning the northern extent of this property to, which is an R2 single family residential conservation district. As I mentioned, this will allow the church to sell the lots as R2 single family lots. Plan Commission did recommend approval on August 13th for the rezone and the land use map. At this time, we have not received any letters of support or objection for the rezone or the comprehensive plan amendment.
I take it we have 1 person to sign up?
There are 3 people to sign up. I'm not sure if you filled out a sheet or if you're going to fill out a sheet. No? So I have 1 person speaking in favor, Rosemary Barrett, 5344 South 48th Street. For both items.
Yes. Yes, I am in favor. I live just a block away, and the area is right now just an open lot, and I think it would be good because it is all residential, to have, it makes sense for 2 other single-family lots, and it does add to your tax revenues. So, thank you.
Great, thank you. Another person I have is Michael. Yeah, that's okay. Speaking for information only.
I just wanted to, actually more like I put on there for information. So if it becomes a R2 residential, is there any concern, I mean, from the neighbors and that eventually that is used, like we've seen that where it's turned into elder care, these castle homes and so forth? Is that some kind of restriction on that, one way or the other?
So just generally speaking, there's no restriction if
CBRF.
a CBRF comes to, if CBRF came to your house and said, we want to turn your house into a CBRF, there's very little the city
So
can do.
anybody can do it?
Anybody can sort of do it. I would imagine with the cost, as I understand it, there's going to be 2 lots, and they kind of make sense, consistent with what they look like. The cost of new house construction would probably make it cost prohibitive for a CBRF with their reimbursement rates to build a new house on one of these lots.
Because the other concern too is it seemed down the road off of 43rd in Edgerton, one of the homes that was built there, they took the home and made the whole front yard a driveway, and it's obviously something used for more than just a residential home. There's constantly 6 to 7 cars parked there and different cars every time you drive by. That would be a concern because I live right across the street from there. I want to be in a residential area, which all my neighbors want to be in a residential area. Is there any kind of limitations on the square footage, or can somebody buy both lots and build a humongous building on, is that a possibility with this?
So so a CSM will have to be created, a certified survey map. And when we were at the Planning Commission, the expectation was that there would be 2 lots and a CSM would be created for 2 lots.
Okay.
And I think that the council would probably approve that. I'm not sure.
The council already approved it.
Well, we can't,
Well, the CSM for the 2 lots.
so the
has
idea
already
was that there
appeared.
would be 2 lots. That doesn't prevent somebody from coming in and saying, I want to buy 2 lots and combine them. But in the event that they do that, there's a new CSM that would have to be required. And I'm guessing that the sum and substance of all our decisions up to that point would require reexamination.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you very much. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
So it's my understanding the big house, if you're referring to the one on Edgerton that's immediately adjacent to the mosque, is that the one that you're talking about? I think the religious leadership lives in that house, but I'm not sure. Okay. I'd entertain a motion to close the public hearing. Is there anyone else that would like to speak for or against informational purposes concerning this item? Is there anyone else that would like to speak for or against informational purposes concerning this item? I'd entertain a motion
I'll
to
make a
close.
motion to close the public
By Alderperson Bailey to close the public hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Driswicki to close it. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Does the council wish to take any action with regard to the approval of an ordinance to adopt a land use amendment to the comprehensive plan for this property?
Motion to do that.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Sheridan, would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner, Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Zarian.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Okay, item I-1B is to approve an ordinance to amend the zoning map consistent with, as indicated.
I'll make a motion to approve the,
Motion
or
by
amend
Alderperson
the,
Akers, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Kastner, would you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Zarian.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Item K1 is summons and complaint re excessive tax assessment declaratory judgment received from attorneys Stroben, Carnes, and Bailey of Mallory SC on behalf of Walmart Real Estate Business Trust, which is again bringing claim against the city for excessive tax assessed valuations. I always love this time of year and the Christmas presents that Walmart brings. This has been referred to our council. Item 2 is a claim received from several claims on behalf of Geico Insurance, Muzaffar Hussein insured.
Was referred to our city attorney.
3, claim received from Tom Ackley,
Also referred to our city attorney.
Item 4, another claim received from Muzaffar Hassan.
Referred to our city attorney.
5, notice of circumstances of claim and claim received from Exley Brian Nelson on behalf of F. Patrick LaSousse and Mary H. Payne.
Referred to our city attorney.
Item 6, approve applications for 24-25 operator license. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Akers, second by?
Second.
Drzewiecki. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item 7, I don't remember if which one this is.
This is our moratorium.
So with regard to item 7, the moratorium on liquor licenses, Attorney Geary and I discussed this earlier, and we'd like to extend that to December. There has been no rush or any controversy with regard to that.
So we need a
So it'd
motion?
probably be the first meeting in December.
I'll make that
Okay.
motion.
So the motion would be to
To
extend
extend
it
it.
until, just give us till
Just say
year.
the end of the
till
year.
Year end, okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Drzewiecki. All in favor? Wait, we have to.
Alderperson Drzewiecki.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Zarian.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Item 8 is approve an application for a 24-25 combination Class B fermented malt beverage and liquor retailer license for Cooper's Hawk Restaurant. Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner. Is there a
Second.
Second by Alderperson Akers. All in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed, motion carries. Item 9 and 10 can probably be let's do 9 first. Approve a special use review and site plan review for an ownership change at Shots and Tequila, an existing tavern at 5174 South 27th Street. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
This is formerly known as the Edge Sports Bar. Alderperson Kastner made the motion. Is there a second?
I haven't met the new person.
Like decent people. Second by
I'll second.
Alderperson Sharon.
We gotta get to the bars more often.
Would you call?
Alderperson Drzewiecki.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Zarian.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Item 10 is to approve an application for a 2024-25 Class B license for that same location. Entertain a motion to approve that
Motion to approve.
by Alderperson Kastner. Is there a second?
Second.
By Alderperson Sarian, I think I heard first. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item 11 is approve application for a 24-25 entertainment license received from that same location. This is for karaoke, DJ, band, jukebox, outdoor, located at that same location. I'm not sure if the sounds can't escape the building. That wasn't part of the review. It's a new license, right? So the concern is that the music and the thumping that's in the bar doesn't go to the neighbors. So those rules need to be. Okay, so I'd entertain.
Motion to approve.
By Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
By Alderperson Bailey, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 12, approve a special use review and site plan review for an ownership change to Calibris Agave Cantina and Lounge, an existing tavern currently known as Joey's Mob Scene, located 4500 West Forest Home Avenue, submitted by Alejandro Hernandez. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Drzewiecki. Would you call?
Alderperson Drzewiecki.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Zarian.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Item 13 is the Class B fermented malt beverage and liquor retailer's license for that location. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Bailey. Would you, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 14 is an entertainment license for that same location for karaoke, DJ, dancing, and jukebox.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Drzewiecki. Again,
Just say that
the
it
sound
says-
can't permeate to the exterior, right? I mean,
It says
we all
no-
know.
none outdoors.
It's all indoor.
Mhm.
None outdoors, only indoors. No food trucks. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 15 is a temporary Class B retailer's license received from St. John the Evangelist to sell malt beverages at the Fish Fry on October 18th. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Bailey, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Akers, was that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 16, approve application for temporary Class B retailer's license received from the Harley Zoner Group for an indoor event on October 26th. Entertain a motion to approve as presented
I move for approval.
by Alderperson Sarian. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Drzewiecki. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 17 is another indoor event on November 9th at the House of Harley. I entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
By Alderperson Sarian, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries unanimously. Item 18, discussion decision regarding agreement with Oneida Casino for older adult outing.
Taking them gambling, are you, huh?
Nothing they like more. Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson
Akers.
Akers, would you please call?
Alderperson Drzewiecki.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Item 19 is a resolution to approve the revised right-of-way plat and relocation order for project ID 2155-15-00, South 43rd Street from West Cold Spring Road to West Howard Avenue. Entertain a motion to adopt that resolution.
Motion to adopt.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Sarian, would you please call?
Alderperson Drzewiecki.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Item 20, discussion action relative to the approval of South 27th Street Business Improvement District 2025 proposed operating plan. Entertain a motion to approve.
I move for approval.
By Alderperson Sarian, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Kastner, would you please call?
Alderperson Drzewiecki.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner. Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Items 22 and 23 I'll take together. Those are the monthly schedules of
What about
disbursement.
21?
Oh, I missed that one, sorry. Item 21 is approve a special use review and site plan review for the ownership change to Midas on South 76th Street. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderperson
Second.
Akers, second by Alderperson Bailey.
I was looking for the landscaper himself.
Is the landscaper
He
here?
is not here.
He's not here.
The owner or whatever.
He does his own landscape.
Nice guy.
He's a very nice guy, I thought. A motion was made and seconded. Would you please call?
Alderperson Drzewiecki.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Carries unanimously. Item 22 and 23 I'll take together, which are the monthly schedules of disbursements and mileage reimbursements. I'd entertain a motion to approve both of those items.
I move for approval.
By Alderperson Sarian. Is there a
Second.
Second by Alderperson Kastner. Would you please call?
Alderperson Drzewiecki.
Aye.
Alderperson
Aye.
Kastner. Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Okay, getting to a closed session, item number 24, common council will go in closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.85, parent 1, parent little e, for deliberating and or negotiating the investment of public funds or conducting other specified business when competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session, specifically reviewing the Cold Spring Crossing Spring Mall development or redevelopment agreement. This is put on by Gina. Entertain a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
By Alderperson Akers, second by Alderperson Bailey. Would you please call?
Alderperson Drzewiecki.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Okay, we are now going into closed session.